Right, thank you. And you made a wise choice, conference about AdWords, not going to micro-targeting, but listening to me. Woo! Yeah. All right, so I'm Karl from AGConsult. At AGConsult is also my Twitter handle. You're not many, but I will perform as I always do. I like to read your comments on Twitter if you have Twitter, so use it. And I'm in this business, and this business is the business of user research, usability, conversion optimization, growth hacking, whatever you want to call it, since 2001, which means I'm old, yes, thank you. And I've worked for lots of clients. Unfortunately, most of them don't allow me to share cases. But luckily enough, some of them do, so that's why there will be many cases in my talk. My talk, which Dan Paulo asked me, I think it was at Conversion Jam, he asked me, hey Karl, can you do a funny but interesting talk? And I was like, yeah, no problem. And we came up with a title like...
the year before, but it was in Namibia.
Then I was traveling, yeah, true. I forgot about that. Namibia. So I was like, yeah, no problem. And we came up with a title, don't do anything on your website or your landing page you wouldn't do on a first date. Or as John calls it, the dating principle. And I was pretty confident about all this until a few weeks ago I started working on my slides and suddenly I thought like, oh, fuck. And the reason is that I'm in a relationship with that girl for almost 30 years. It will be 30 years next month. And that means, it's not else. Oh no. It's not else. And it means that I'm not in the dating business for a long time anymore. But luckily, there was your friend and my friend Google. So I Googled for dating tips. And that's what my talk will be about, dating. No, it's not. But, and I don't know about here, because we started this session 3 minutes too late, but in Belgium, ladies, when you show up too late on a first date, or when we show up too late on a first date, we don't like it. We get nervous. And the date will probably be ruined because you start thinking like, oh no, have I done something wrong? Doesn't she or he like me anymore? Is this the right place? And even when you show up, the date is screwed. And the same goes for your pages. When your loading time is too slow, people will leave your page. When Classes Direct deliberately slowed down the loading time of their landing pages with 1 second, they saw a drop in conversions with 7%. When Firefox speeded up the loading time of the page where you can download their browser, they saw an increase in the number of downloads. When Shopzilla did something similar, they had similar results. On mobile, it's even worse. Between second 2 and second 6, if a page doesn't load, you will lose 25% of your visitors every second. Now, lots of people are thinking, yeah, loading time, that's a technical thing. It has to do with hosting, CDN networks, compression, all the technical stuff. And you're right, but you're only partially right. One of the biggest problems with so many pages is that they're full of fluffy stuff, things that doesn't need to be there. And there will be many examples during my talk, but remember this one. Web design is not about adding stuff, it's about keeping only those elements that add to the bottom line. Now, enjoy. No, right on time. Enjoy this photo, please. Hello, indeed. Now, even in France, it's not very common when you walk on the street and you see someone and you think like, that you go up to her or him and, no, that will probably result in this. And rightfully so. And you know what I'm talking about. You come to a website and bam, a pop-up asking for your email address. It's horrible. A few weeks ago, I was out of blogging IDs. And I went to my friend Google, top blogging IDs. And there was this thing staring at me. Top 35 blogging IDs that are guaranteed to be popular. So I needed to click on it. And then there was this guy staring at my face, and I thought, whoa, who's him? That must be one of those pop-ups. So I went to the right-hand side, and then there was another pop-up saying, follow Neil Patel on Facebook. But I don't know Neil Patel. I don't want to follow him. So I wanted to close this thing, and then there was this one, from aha to oh shit. And that was exactly what I was thinking. Oh shit. My computer is hacked. I have a virus. When I regained my senses, I noticed the cross there, and I closed it. And there was Neil again!